I'm Jeff Gould, America's Storyteller. Just a little bit about the presidents. We did our first president. Now let's talk about John Adams, who was almost the opposite of George Washington. Not completely, a man of high integrity, short in stature. George Washington was a talker. John Adams could not stop talking, and he was disagreeable, and I don't mean in a bad way. I mean that he had an opinion, and you were going to hear that opinion. And that opinion was well thought out, well read, well researched, and unstoppable. He would come on, writing or speaking. He just wouldn't stop. So does it come as any surprise? They said, tell you what, John, can you go over to France for a while and help us and take over as the ambassador to France, which was a bad job for him because in France, he's that same guy. He's the guy who has to push forward the American thing. He has to be disagreeable. He's a pious man in France. They really liked Benjamin Franklin. He was fun. They liked Thomas Jefferson. This guy, though, this unstoppable, disagreeable John Adams. Anyway, he comes back. He serves as the first vice president, another job he's not suited for because the vice president, his job is to really say nothing and just break a tie. But John Adams, he can't stop putting his oar in the water. It takes him a while to figure that out. And then he becomes president, and he does a great job. He keeps us out of a war. They said, "Hey, we gotta wage war against France." He says, "No, that's not going to work. We're weak. We don't have a navy. Hey, let's start a navy." He is the guy who starts the United States Navy. He calls it the fence around America. He puts everything in place to make sure that we are a country that's ready to face the conflicts that Europe is having that will affect us. Is honest to a fault. If you make a friend with John Adams, you are a friend for life. This means Thomas Jefferson. Now, Thomas Jefferson was not necessarily the best of friends. He could kind of dig behind your back. John Adams never saw that in him, and he just liked Thomas Jefferson and kept up a lifelong correspondence much after the political season was over. And he is a guy that stands head and shoulders above many, even though he was a man of small stature. He's John Adams, and he's a heck of a president.